Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 24th to the 31st. This is for Gemini and Gemini rising, and we're going to jump right into it. Gemini, you know this is a big week. This is a big week. And listen, I know it is the week of the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, but the bigger thing that's happening this week is Venus. Venus. And I'm going to explain why, okay? We're actually kicking this week off on Sunday, March 24th, with Venus sextiling Jupiter. I hinted at this last week. It really is going to have more of an impact this week, which is why I'm talking about it this week. Now, Venus and Jupiter getting together, these are the two benefic planets pretty much getting together to say, what can we do to help Gemini? What can we do to make Gemini's life better? I love this day. It's one of the best days of the month, and I really absolutely love this day for you. This is a day where I really want you to treat yourself to. We're talking about Venus here, okay? So Venus is love, relationships, money as well. That could be a big factor because you have all this energy in your career sector, public recognition, fame, and whatnot. But love, come on, love. This is a big thing, especially for you. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But just remember, Venus is already exalted in Pisces. So Venus is already at her best right now. All right. So mark this day in your calendar. March 24th. This is Sunday. This is such a great day. This is a day that you'll just wake up and feel great. Okay. Now, the other thing that is happening, and just remember, by the way, one thing that I should mention, because I know a lot of people have been asking me about this. Next month on April 20th, we have the major Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that hasn't happened in over a decade. This is a really big deal. So a lot of things that are happening now, you're going to feel it moving toward April 20th. This is absolutely big. Remember that Saturn is, Mars is in Pisces with Saturn. So those are actually the two malefic planets. So this week you could feel that squeeze about that. It's something in career. Again, this is all in your 10th house of career, public recognition, fame, honors, achievements. And if you're not here for a career, what do you want to be recognized for? What do you want to be known for? Where are you exerting all your energy into that area of your life? So just remember, I said it last week, Saturn rewards you, okay? So any hard work that you do now, you're not getting a pat on the back, you're getting a standing ovation. This is going to be really big, okay? So just remember, this is just being very assertive too in the things that you want. Now, the other day that I want you to pay attention to is Thursday, okay? I know I'm skipping a little forward, March 28th, Thursday. The reason why is because now Venus will sextile Uranus. Wow. Okay. Wow. I got the wow. So Venus sextiling Uranus, beautiful. The sextiles are harmonious, right? So Venus is very influential this week. Venus is very active this week. And Venus sextiling Uranus, Uranus is all about breakthroughs. It's all about breakthroughs. It's all about, even surprises and the unexpected, but in good ways. We're talking about a sextile here with Venus. So this is, if you're single, you could have a sliding doors moment. You could meet your soulmate at a Chick-fil-A. You never know. You just never know. It's one of those days, okay? It's one of those days. Even if you're in a relationship, there could be something that's very surprising that happens where you're just like, wow, this is really amazing. I think I mentioned it in your monthly forecast too, Gemini. It's like, if you're in a relationship, maybe you guys, I don't know, y'all just find a turtle on the street and you nurse that turtle. And that is that moment that's surprising, that's like brings your relationship closer together. But you see, there is just going to be something really nice, possibly surprising that happens to say, but it could also just be a really big breakthrough. Now, remember, Jupiter and Uranus, which are having these sextiles with Venus, are in your 12th house of hidden things and your subconscious. So there could be a big breakthrough up here. Mentally, there could be this big breakthrough that you have, this intuition, really feeling intuitive, having these intuitive moments. But also the 12th house is really just hidden. There could be a lot of things happening behind the scenes for you. All right. So just mark this day. This is a day of surprises. This is a magical day. I really love this day. It's my dad's birthday too on March 28th. So happy birthday, Dad. Now, the big day is Monday. Now, the reason why I've been talking about Venus, because you see these two sextiles. Now, Monday, March 25th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. Venus is Libra's ruling planet. So this is a Venus-ruled eclipse. So again, love, relationships, money, creativity, self-expression, all of that good stuff that, is going to be happening for you because Libra rules your 5th house. So there is something here that may be coming to an end, a culmination, a turning point, okay? Now, it's not a bad thing. This is actually a really great eclipse. So a lot about this eclipse. I'm just going to keep it very brief. First, I did a video on 5 things to expect with eclipses. It's a really fun video. I'll leave it at the end of the thing, okay? Just so you know what to expect with eclipses. Secondly, don't forget eclipses happen in series. So think about what happened around October 14th, 2023 for you, okay? This is when we had the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, okay? And it's connected to this eclipse that's happening on March 25th on Monday. Now, remember the North Node and the South Node, okay? Where this is all associated. We're talking about the lunar nodes here, and we're talking about the full moon lunar eclipse here. So when I say these are connected, you're going to feel it all year because we have the new moon solar eclipse in Libra in October on October 2nd. So there's connections. So just think of cycles. There's cycles happening here, okay? Cycles happening in your life. And because it is a South Node, there's something that's got to go, okay? To bring you a lot more freedom, to bring you that balance. Remember, we're talking about Libra, first of all. So this is Libra. Libra is the scale, right? Libra represents the scale. It's balance. It's relationships as well, okay? Now, when I say balance, Libra is in the middle of the zodiac. Okay, out of all the 12 signs, it's right in the middle. Same thing with the major arcanas. Libra is justice, right? The justice card. Card 11, right in the middle. So when I say balance, something is going to be a little bit more balanced in your life. And I want you to recognize that. It's also wisdom, a lot of wisdom around this full moon lunar eclipse, something that is going to be illuminated for you that makes you a little bit wiser. Okay. This is a really great eclipse. I really like this. When I say Libra rating, this is very liberating. So I don't want you to think of a bad thing because eclipses do often eclipse something from your life. Okay. When that happens, it's meant for you, okay? Remember, there's that touch of fate, that touch of destiny that's involved with this. So I just want you to keep that in mind because there is going to be something very cathartic around this eclipse. And again, if something happens where you're just like, oh, I did not want that to happen, it actually was meant for you. And you will, the universe will show you why, all right, eventually. Or you will learn on yourself because you have so much activity in your 12th house. But definitely just know that something will be illuminated. And I want you to think about what's not serving you well and something that may have reached a point of fatigue. And again, because this is so relationship based, can be career too. You have so much happening in your career sector, whether love or career or just one-on-one, just something one-on-one, a one-on-one relationship. Just remember, it doesn't mean that like that's going to end. Okay. It just means that you could be entering a new phase in that relationship. All right. So in any case, let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a week. This is a big week. Our first eclipse of the year. Gemini, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you. All right. See what's going on for you. I love this eclipse for you in your 5th house of pleasure. Come on. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for this week, March 24th to the 31st. Who says that? 35th. Again, for Gemini and Gemini rising, if you want to read for your moon or your Venus, 2 planets that you know are very, very pivotal and active this week, feel free to. All right. It is, if you know your birth chart. Okay. So, Gemini, I do a traditional called a cross spread. It really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Gemini, I love you. Y'all are amazing. And I cannot wait for May. I cannot wait for May for y'all. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You know what this is? This is all about progression. This is all about progression. You're good. You got some plans to make. You got decisions to make. When I say this is a week of culmination, a turning point, something ending for this new cycle to begin, you're already thinking about it. Now let's get started. The reason why I say this is a progression, you got the 5 of Swords in your past. Remember last week's reading? It was in the root of your spread. So you've gone past that. conflict, any internal conflict, especially. Okay, this man here with the three swords, the smirk on his face, not very popular, right? And you can see the people moving away from him. They're like, okay, we're not even gonna. It's not even worth our time fighting or having the. So you are moving beyond that. There may be something that does happen where you recognize you've got to move from this. And again, a lot of it can be internal. Remember, the swords are the mental suit. Communication as well. So just be very mindful about the way that you are communicating. You may want to just like at somebody, but this is not the week to do it. This is not the week to do it. Remember, I always say you want to be responsive, not reactive. Okay, so just be cool. But it looks like, and stay frosty, Gemini. But this is a week where it looks like if you do that, you're going to be 1000% fine. You got temperance and the heart of your spread. Now, remember what I said from the beginning. This is a huge progression for you. Last week, right? Last week. So you now have the Archangel. You have Archangel Michael in the heart of your spread this week. You're completely protected. This is a card, way back in the past, temperance was really known as the alchemist. So it's having that balance. It's all about balance here. Remember, this is a week of balance. This is a huge week of balance with Libra, this full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. Now, think about that balance. I want you to think about balance in terms of mind, body, spirit. Okay. Not only that, but in your external world too. Because remember what I said, formerly known as the alchemist. In fact, if you think about temperance, take it back to its etymological root. Temporary actually meant to mix. That's why temperance was known as the alchemist, mixing things, all right, to make things right for you. Think about, making cookies. You got to have the, measure out the ingredients, have the perfect outcome. Think about that in your life. Ask yourself, am I spending too much time with, at work, not enough time with the kids? Am I spending too much time binging Love is Blind, not doing any work? Find that balance. It seems like you will. Now, remember I said Libra, this full moon lunar eclipse in Libra really has a strong emphasis on partnerships, relationships, whether work, whether love, especially love for y'all. Okay, it could be love, it could be family love as well. Hey, temperance is Sagittarius. All right, so Sagittarius, if you saw your last week's reading, now you know Sagittarius rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Find that balance. It seems like you're going to be at peace as long as you trust your intuition. Okay. Really trust your intuition this week. That's going to make a huge difference. All right. Because you did get the 9 of Cups. I haven't seen the 9 of Cups in a while. It came up in your challenge area though. So there is going to be, remember I said there's all this, with a North Node in Aries in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and your dreams. And then also, don't forget, we're in Aries season, okay? Mercury is in Aries. There's a lot of activity in Aries that represents your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. This is a card of your hopes and wishes and dreams and just, that wish coming true. So with it being in your challenge area, you really got to have that balance, all right? You really have to have that balance and recognize it. Have that awareness. I've said it. I think I said it in your last week's reading. Really be aware in the moment. That is going to help. If you're going out for a walk, if you're going out for, a jog, whatever you're doing and you're listening to, your iPod, whatever it is, you're not paying attention, turn it off. Have that moment. Connect with nature. Things will come up. Everything that you need to think about, they're going to come up. You'll have the solutions to that. Find that balance, okay? Find that balance in your life. It's going to be really nice. You even see the disc on the Archangel's forehead here. Really, tap into that right there, pineal gland, okay? That is your third eye. That is your sixth sense. It's all connected. Trust your intuition. That's going to make a difference. And again, it just seems like you are not going to have any stress this week as long as you move past this. But it's in your past. So remember, it was in the root of your spread last week. If you think about the past, literally, right? So you're going to be fine. You're protected. And I want you to know that. And I want you to believe it. Don't have any stress. Don't have any, doubts. You're going to be fine. As long as you do that, you're raising your frequency. Okay. We're all made of frequency. We all vibrate at a certain frequency. Now, and also with the 9 of Cups in your challenge area, it almost seems like there could be someone annoying around you. The biggest thing that's coming up, there is a sense of someone who may be that person that's testing you, especially with Mars and Saturn both in your 10th house. And it could be a colleague. It could be something work related. It could be something that you're just, and that's the thing that's just like, that's where you got to just go within and find that balance. Okay. Because you can see, here's the thing. This is a great card. This is a card of satisfaction. It's come up in your challenge here, but look at your entire spread here. And so you've got to really see that his arms are crossed. Okay. And when his arms are crossed, he's crossing off his heart. Remember what happened last week? You had no cups in your entire spread. But the other thing is there is a sense of a little bit of pride that comes around with the Knight of Cups in your challenge area. So just keep that in mind. But I'm not getting the sense that it's you. So it is definitely someone that could be just a little, ooh. Now, hello. You got the 7 of Pentacles with the 8 of Cups. Oh my goodness. So yeah. These are 2 cards of just like, okay, I need to think about what's next. 7 of Pentacles, you're probably thinking about finances. You're probably thinking about everything that you've worked to up until this point, and you may not be happy with some of it. You may feel like that it's been a lot of grunt work. You may feel that, I've really worked hard to get this point, but now it's like, okay, now I have to really think, is it worth being on this path? Do I start a new path? If I'm on the right path, what can I do to where I feel really good, where I feel great? Okay, maybe it is time for promotion. Maybe it is time to start my own business. Like, think about what's next. Think about what's next, but don't but definitely be proud of yourself for how far you have come. All right. So this is definitely, remember, Pentacles are your physical reality too. So just think about your path that you're on. If you're not here for money or wealth or anything like that, just think about that. 7s are all about desire too. So really, really think about that. Now with the 8 of Cups and the root of your spread, oh my goodness. I mean, okay. So first of all, okay, there's so much happening here. Let me just try to figure. First of all, you do see the eclipse happening, okay? There is an eclipse happening in this card. You got the card with the eclipse during the week of the full moon lunar eclipse. Secondly, this card is attributed to Saturn in Pisces. You've had Saturn in Pisces in your 10th house of career all year. You've got it for the rest of the year. There is something that you may want to walk away from, and you may be thinking about it. And remember, there is that ending of something this week. All right. You knowing something's better for you. That's why you have to trust your intuition. You see all the water here, emotions. You see the cups representing intuition as well. Okay. So this could be almost like a bittersweet week for you. There could be something that you're like, gosh, I really know I got to move on. That's how I'm going to feel balanced. I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm not going to stress about anything. I'm going to find ways to balance things out. Okay. Mix and match things too. This is, do what you need to do to mix and match things, but you're definitely going to have a big change. And that big change is coming because you're thinking about it, because you have the 2 wands in your future. You're planning. It's almost like when you have that balance, you can see a lot clearer. When you're trusting your intuition, everything just makes sense. Everything makes sense. And you know that you're taken care of. And then you do have that faith in yourself. Now, what's really interesting about the 2 of Wands, which is all about planning your next step. Okay. It's all about planning. You can see even he's standing at the highest point of the castle. He's got the world in his hand. So he's made a lot of accomplishments and achievements already. Like I said, be very proud of yourself. Now, ask yourself, what is next for me? And make that plan. Okay. Interestingly, this card is attributed to Mars in Aries. It's an Aries card. Remember, I've talked about there's a lot of activity happening in Aries right now. It is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and your dreams and your social network too. Remember to be social this week. Communicate, especially with Mercury being there. Mercury being your ruling planet, Gemini. Let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness. This is a big week. You're going to make it. It's again, it does seem like there is deep down inside, you know that there's this big change that you need. You know, there's something better for you, and it's time to move toward that. Gemini, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. And you know I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. You look at the okay. Once again, I would love for you to get out of your head a little bit. It almost seems like you, with the fact that you have temperance in the heart of your spread and looking at what's happening here in your staff, there is a sense of, yeah, a lot of y'all may be uncertain about your future. Make a plan and have faith in yourself that you literally have temperance in the heart of your spread. Okay. Now you got the Hangman. Okay. That's, you want this change. And so prepare. A lot of it is going to be spiritual. I want you to remember that you're going to have these spiritual moments, especially with, remember I said Venus sextile Uranus and Venus sextile Jupiter. Guess where Uranus and Jupiter are? In your 12th house, the subconscious. All right. Intuition as well, hidden things, and also facing your fears. All right. That's what the 12th house is. That is exactly what it is. It's, the 12th house is also self-sabotage energy as well. So there could be a sense of that. Remember, I said a lot of this internal conflict could be you in here, not thinking that you're good enough. Okay. Not thinking that you're good enough. You are, Gemini. You can get whatever you want. You have to believe that you can. The Hanged Man comes right before the Death card. Okay. So what is he doing? He's preparing himself for the transformation. For a big transformation. That's what you need to do. You need to prepare yourself for this transformation. Remember, plan the next step. Okay. The next step that you want for your journey. All right. Now, the other thing about the Hanged Man, very interesting, attributed to Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces. So again, a lot of y'all may be here for career or just what you want to be known for. Fame is a big thing as part of the 10th house too. But yeah, they just have that transformation, have that new perspective. You see the halo around his head. That's a lot of enlightenment. Okay. He wants this change. You do too. You do too. You definitely want this change. And again, I want you to have it. Hello. What just happened? You got the actual Justice card. I've done a lot of readings at this point, and it's so funny because the Justice, I felt like would appear a lot more, but you got the Justice card in your spread. As we know, Justice is attributed to Libra, okay? We have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, and so very, very nice. It seems like there is one of the other things, another reason why I brought up Saturn. Not a lot of people know Saturn is actually exalted in Libra, and they both have this really strong connotation to karma, as does the Justice card. So it seems like there's almost this sense of something like you're cashing in your karma points. There's something that's going to happen where there's that sense of liberation. There's that sense of freedom. I mean, all this potential is here. It's just you being in your head that may be blocking you, okay? And I know I go in order. I'm just going to skip. You see that you've got the 8 of Swords in your final outcome. So again, that we'll get to that in a second, but just know you're fine. You're good. You're absolutely good. You just have to move forward into the direction that you want. And if there are roadblocks, they're temporary, and they're just make sure that you overcome them step by step. Okay. Find that balance in your life. Justice. This is really great in your external factors area. There is going to be something, if you actually are seeking again, there's the sense of justice, that is part of this eclipse. Remember, I said liberating. It's liberating and cathartic. There is something that needs to be let go. And I'm going to show you something here. You do see that the judge is holding the sword straight to the sky. That is true perception here. That is absolute true perception. But use that sword. Anything that you need to let go, anything that you want to eclipse from your life, do it now. Okay? You want it. You absolutely want it. Do it. And justice will be served, right? Justice will be served. But it's, there is also someone, even the legal matters too, actually, for y'all. There could be something there with Pluto and Aquarius in your 9th house, but there could be something there in terms of legal matters, but everything's in your favor. It's just, if it might be you, and also someone annoying too. You got to work with that energy, right? You got to work with that energy. I really love this because you got the Six of Pentacles too. So when you look at these two cards, so you've got the only two cards in tarot where they hold the scale in a week where it's all about balance, where you have Temperance in the heart of your spread. So when I talk about balance, that is a big takeaway from this reading. All right. Find that balance both internally and spiritually, but also in your external world. But a lot of y'all may be asking this week, am I doing the right thing? Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Turn that into a reality so you can plan your next step, especially with justice in your external factors area. But the fact you have justice right here proves that you're taken care of. Like you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, especially if you're concerned about career, because again, you have a lot of career energy happening. But then now you have the Six of Pentacles, which is absolutely amazing because you're seeking that warmth and sharing and love and generosity and gratitude. And some of y'all, one of your fears, if you have any fears, any of those low energy frequencies where you may be anxious about something or fearful for something, it really is likely going to be something where you feel like you're not getting support. And when I say that, it can be, your partner, significant other, it can be family member, it can be your boss, whatever resonates with you. But that's why you have to just trust in yourself, okay? And not let that force you into this place where because remember what I said, you have a lot of 12th house activity, which is, again, a lot of self-sabotage activity. Now, with the Eight of Swords in your final outcome, which is a Gemini card, by the way, Eight of Swords is associated with, we call it the self-victim card. She put herself here. No one put her there. She put herself here because she didn't want to face the truth. She was afraid to be honest with herself. And so she thinks that she's protecting herself. She built this, she thinks it's a fortress with all these swords. The reality is she built this prison. And, because swords are the mental suit, it's this prison of your thoughts. And so there is likely, if you don't find that balance, if you don't trust in yourself or believe in yourself and move forward, let go of the things that you need to, you see this, he's looking at the past, he's moving forward. Okay. So it's all about moving forward and wanting this transformation in your life, and being honest with yourself, in any situation, not lying to yourself and not. Remember I said the 12th house is also facing your fears. If there's something that may be something you're fearing, don't circumnavigate, confront it head on. And then it's squashed, okay? Squashed like a squash. I'll even do a clarifier. How much time do I'll do a clarifier for you. Yeah, you're going to be fine. Okay. Gemini, you're good. You're absolutely good. You're absolutely fine. You just need to get out of your head. Look, you got the Page of Swords right after. Pages, bringing that fresh, new energy, okay? You get out of your head. You got this new, not only new way of thinking and everything working for you, but you got all this enthusiasm to move forward. You get out of your head and not feel trapped. Pages are messengers. You'll get that message that you've been seeking. You may not get that message if you're, cocooned in this, prison of swords. Page of Swords, by the way, really spongy energy, very enthusiastic, like really, really, really loves learning new things. But pages are messengers. Swords are the mental suit. So you could be getting a lot of intuitive messages. You could be getting messages in your external world, but there is a message coming through that you need to hear. And you may miss it if you're just in this headspace. But again, a lot of this is, again, just moving forward. It's kind of like it is a progression from last week's reading, but this is the week. This is the week where Venus is very active. Hold on to that Venus energy. Really tap into that Venus energy and you're going to be fine. And also trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust everything is going to work out for you. You catching in your karma points. Everything's going to be, again, the fact that you got the two cards
with the scale. I mean, balance is it's a big takeaway here. That, as I mentioned earlier, internally, mind, body, spirit, have that balance. Okay, have that balance. If you feel like you're in your head a bit, go into your intuition. Okay, go into your intuition. Use your heart to have that balance. You're gonna be absolutely fine as long as you do move forward and not get in your head. And a lot of this is also saying that you could be moving forward in a way where it is into unknown territory, where you're just like, oh, I've never been in this situation before, and that could be a little bit like, whoa, and you retreat. Embrace just break through that. Remember, Venus sextile Uranus is all about breakthroughs too, so break through that. Venus being in your 10th house, so there is almost like and remember, Uranus is in your 12th house. And so there is definitely something that could be a big breakthrough that you are needing this week. And you can have it with the Page of Swords and your final outcome. Gemini, oh my goodness. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. And next week we do April. April is a huge, huge month. But as you can see, this is going to be a big week for you. Just trust yourself and believe that everything's going to work out. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right. Thanks so much, Gemini. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.